Frankie Bird here for Doug Burts Tackle World. I'm here to tell you what I use for mud crabs, catching mud crabs. So what I use is this pot. It's just a standard Jarvis Walker heavy duty 800ml pot. It'll catch sand crabs and mud crabs equally as good. People say you need the rectangle pots to catch the mud crabs. Yeah, they do work, but these work just as good, and if not better, I believe better maybe. I believe once they're in here, it's hard for them to get out. In the rectangle pots, I always have a feeling and theory that they can pull that entrance down pretty easy and crawl back out again. So this is the pot. What I also use is a bait bag. Standard bait bag here. When you buy it, it comes with these clips on it. Very annoying. They should actually come with a different type of clip. So what I do is I cut off the clips. This one here will cut it about here. Tie a little knot on the bottom here, like a granny's knot, like so. And then the other end, do exactly the same, but I cut it a little bit longer. So get rid of those. These things are very annoying. Okay, just like so. So the bottom here, I'm going to tie that off. Permanently tied off pretty well, but I just undo it sometimes to get the bait out. So it's pretty small down the bottom there. Top's quite big. So if you're using mullet, cut it into 2 or 3 pieces. You want that juice to come out. If you're using frames of fish, that's fine. They've got plenty of juice coming out. Best bait for crabs, I find. Chicken frames are really good too. Just no meat, just the chicken frames with the cut off meat still hanging off it. And also mullet, whole mullet, and also tuna, mackerel. Any of your oily species are fantastic. If you've got any salmon at home that's you bought a whole salmon perhaps to cook up, maybe use the head, it's really good as well. So put the bait in there, you tie it off, pull it down fairly tight on the top. It's like so, 1 knot's generally enough. It isn't going to go anywhere. Then I use a little clip, like so. These are little shark clips, okay? They're called shark clips. This little fella here. And what you do is you just hook that in the center there like so. It doesn't come off, it can't come off, okay? Then we open up the pot. Like so. And we hook that into the bottom of the pot, just through the mesh like I did with the bait bag before. And I can't pull that off, okay? It doesn't come off. How does I pull on it? And the bait's sitting in the center there. Obviously you tie this back up. The crabs have to crawl into here and fall downside to eat the bait, okay? Being in the mesh, it allows you to have more security on your bait. Otherwise the eels are really bad. Eels are a pain in the backside for stealing bait. So they'll stick their head in, they'll grab the bait if it's on a standard type hook like that, okay? And they'll just pull it off, quite simple. The only thing that's quite good on a hook like that is a head. So if you're using a head of any fish or a mackerel or even mullet perhaps, you actually drive that through the eyes of the fish, okay? That part of the head's very hard. It's the hardest part of their body, I think. So you drive it through the eyes of the fish. You then attach it to the inside of the pot like so, but it's actually inside, and just clip it up like that, and the fish is hanging off inside the pot. So they're good for heads, but that's the only time I ever use a bait hook, because if I put skeletons on there or anything else, the eels will just come in and just grab it off and pull it off this. So in the bag, protection, and definitely allows you to get more crabs in, because once your bait's gone, there's no reason for the crab to go in your pot. So use one of those. So that's it. My rope is tied to the top of the pot. I just believe on the top it's better, it stops it from flipping over. And crab tongs, if you want to measure your crabs and get them out easy, these are called crab tongs. They push together to make it lock on the side of the crab. So the points of the crabs go in here, and then you just hold it tight and manhandle it out. Otherwise, learn to grab them at the back, okay? And the last thing, but not least, a good crab measurer. Get yourself a good crab measurer. Preferably something that's got a little bit of distance on it so his claw can't bite you while you're trying to measure him. Mud crab, 15 centimeters. Sand crab, inside the front points, it's about 11.8 centimeters. Spanner crab, front to back, okay? And that's about it. So we're going to use this when we go catching mud crabs. and let's see how we go. Thank you. Okay, I'm out here with my sister Helen today, and we're checking out mud crab pots. So there we go here. Just get the mud off it first time. Any crabs there?
Yeah.
There's
Big one.
female, males. Look alright. I'll just zoom in on that little bit of a look there. Oh, they're good size. Yeah, okay. Not big bad boy there. Yes. Let's pull up to our next pot, and Helen's about to check it. This one look healthy. A couple of crabs in there, or a few crabs in there.
4 or 5. Right away.
Any decent ones at all?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Nice
Oh, there's a
one
big
there.
bad boy there.
One down the bottom. You've actually got 6 in there.
6, okay. I think at least 1 or 2 keepers. 2 keepers at least, yeah. Okay, good stuff. We'll get
Beautiful.
them out. Thanks, Helen. Okay, we're up to pot number 5, I think it is. This one feel heavy, love?
Yeah. A little bit more weight than last time.
Have you got many in there, do you think? If Helen's struggling, there's obviously a few in there. We used to do this with my parents when we were kids, and our dad taught us what to do. There's a few in there, I can see them. Jackpot, love?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if it's males or females. But we've got some
And that one. And that one in the back. And that one.
nice dinner on a plate.
Okay, let's go for it. Have a look. We've just done a count on this pot here, and there's 9 crabs that I think are all goers. And in here we've already got 5. So this is our limit. This is 14 crabs, and we've still got 2 pots to go. So we need to throw some crabs back. Although we haven't pulled out the pots yet, but see how we go. So Helen, if you want to tip them in. So we checked them all pretty close. There's only one there that might be just to go. We're going to try and keep him separate. Helen's doing a great job here. She's an expert crab girl.
I'm sorry, Doug. Is it?
All the size of claws, but that's okay. Believe it or not, there's not one female in here, which is amazing. It's always fun getting the crabs out, as you can see.
Yeah. You get in. Look at this. You got to watch where you put your hands because they're and everywhere.
What did you say, Helen?
You got to watch where you put your hands.
Oh, right, yeah, that's lots of beauty. Now, folks, the reason why I put our pots up here, like, I don't get chasing muddies much, but what I do is I always chase them after we've had a big rain downpour. And as you know, a couple of days ago we had like about 200 mil rain, like a day and a bit, and they just get pushed out of all the creeks and stuff into the little deep channels. So you just drop them into deep channels, and this is what you catch most times, particularly February, March, April, without a doubt. I'm just going to turn this video off to help Helen. So we've got our crabs here. We've got our limit. We've got 14 crabs, which is more than enough, and that's the legal limit for 2 people. And actually, it's boat limit. Actually, so we've got 10 people on the boat. It's still 14 crabs. All well sized. We actually threw back 3 or 4, Helen, was it? That were oversized. That's great though. They actually will make more babies for next time. And happy days.